Ready.
Cat Kennebeck here for Track Wrestling with my co-hosts Andy Hamilton and Shane Sparks. We just wrapped up the fourth round. No huge upsets, but we did see Penn State pull ahead with that team, the team scores and those rankings.
Nittany Lions went from 29.5 down at one point in Friday's quarterfinal session to up, I think, about 26 points at one point in the semifinals. It's back to 11 points now going into Saturday's consolation semifinals. It's a team race. It is going to be really fascinating to see how this thing plays out. If it goes the way it's seeded, Ohio State is definitely in this thing.
Seeds don't matter,
Seeds
Hamilton.
don't matter. We have a 15 seed in the finals.
We do have a 15 seed in the finals. Ronnie Perry.
First time for Lock Haven since Kerry Collette.
And he'll meet Zane Rutherford, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an easy draw, huh?
Number one and the number 15.
Hey,
You didn't
go
see that
big or
coming.
go home,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I mean, go big or go home if you're Ronnie Perry.
Zane Rutherford rolling into the finals once again, 10-4 over Troy Heilman. He has not lost since 2014.
2014 against Mitchell Port, I believe. Since 2016 NCAA Championships when he won his first title, tonight was the first time that Zane Rutherford ever had a regular decision. 13 matches previous, 7 techs, 5 pins, and a major. That, my friends,
That's an
is
accomplishment.
incredible.
How about this, Shane? Here's another stat.
Stat of the night. Stat of the night.
No. This is the stat of the night that I'm going to give? Or the one you just gave?
I want to know the stat about Penn State, how many consecutive semifinals?
Penn State has won 16 consecutive NCAA semifinal matches dating back to 2015. The last loss for the Nittany Lions, the NCAA semifinals.
Oh,
Corey
man.
Clark over Jimmy Gulabon. Insane run. Absurd run for the Nittany Lions on the front side of the back bracket on Friday night. You think about how hard it is just to win one semifinal, and they reeled off 16 in a row.
Another streak that continued tonight, Spencer Lee.
That's your dude. You've been talking about him
I love
all
Spencer
weekend.
Lee's urgency. He comes out. I mean, you talked about it before, Kat. The bull in the cage.
He's
Like right now, the
attacking it
bull's
right
in the
now.
cage. He'll be back out tomorrow. Iowa with an NCAA finalist now with Spencer Lee getting it done over Nathan Tomasello since
Every year since 1990, Tom Brands was a sophomore on that team.
That is a great stat. I want to just point this out real quick. I had asked Andy before about that Penn State stat. Andy, where did you find that? And I got to be honest, Andy, I apologize. I thought you read that stat, but you got that on your own.
Credit here.
And that, my friends, is why he's Andy Hamilton.
Best
That's
journalist
one.
of
Shane, it's
the
one.
year.
Best wrestling journalist in the 21st century.
Carry on.
So you see Lee, he sticks
Tomasello.
NATO. Wow, this place went crazy when that happened. I gotta love the Iowa fans. As much as people love to hate them, I love their energy.
They've had a great tournament.
I
mean,
love
they really
their
have.
energy.
Hawkeye sitting in third, I think. Pretty interesting. You got a lot of Nittany Lion fans cheering for Spencer Lee in that match. But huge eruption. Penn State fans, we talked about Ohio State fans being out in full force. Penn State fans brought it tonight. They were into it. They were loud. And boy, what a show that the Nittany Lions put on, reeling off 5 straight semifinals there.
5 in the finals.
Again,
same 5 as last year. I mean, that's incredible.
You know who kind of surprised me in Michigan? A lot of their guys that I thought were going to go on ended up not.
Yeah.
No, 5 for 5 in the quarters, and then ran into some tough matches
I
in
would
the
say
in the
that.
semis.
I mean, they won 2, right?
They
got Micic and Kuhn, and I mean, I think that was pretty expected.
Yeah, then you run into some tough draws elsewhere. I mean, Hayden Hidley's number 1 seed, undefeated. And handled Alec Pantaleo.
Amin gets Valencia.
Yep. Amin got off to a good start, 4-1 late in the first period. Zahid got the escape at the end of the first period, which I think was a big point.
That was huge that he got that.
And then just kept firing off shots like he does.
And then he got the ride out in the second period to close the second period. He did the little things really well in that match. And Valencia is one of those guys I talked about in the broadcast. He's a 3 takedown guy. If you're going to beat Valencia, 99% of the country anyways, maybe Mark Hall excluded, you got to take him down 3 times to beat him.
How about that? We're going to see Mark Hall, Zahid Valencia,
world team members.
Again, world finalists this year.
Completely different body parts too. We've talked about this a little bit this weekend. Zahid is so tall, and Mark is like
He's
the
tall.
short, stocky. Not short, but shorter than Zahid.
So
He's a
athletic.
stocky
That'll be
guy.
a great match.
He's got a super strong core, too.
And it's,
It's gonna be a great
it's such an interesting clash of styles too, because Zahid has so much offense. Like Kat mentioned, the long, lean body type can get to the legs. And
Huge advantage.
Mark is so skilled when people get to his legs. He's about as good
Houdini.
in the world
He's
as it
Houdini.
gets when people are in on his legs. So hard to score on. So that's going to be a really fun one to watch. And you know, throughout the course of their history, and it goes way, way back, Mark Hall told me in the fall that last year's NCAA semi was the first time that he'd beaten Zahid. So going to be a big one for Penn State in the team race.
How about heavyweight? Kunin Snyder, 3.
The
about
Big
if this
Ten
thing-
final rematch.
How about if this thing comes down to heavyweight?
How great would that be? It would be reminiscence of being in Paris when it was USA versus Russia. Sadulayev and Snyder. Snyder gets it done. USA wins the freestyle title. First one since '95. Could happen tomorrow. I hope it happens. I mean, wrestling, we need that, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Be fun. Be a lot of
Wrestling
drama.
gods, toss us a bone.
You know,
toss us a bone tomorrow
Casper
night.
stayed in there really well with
He
Snyder
did.
tonight,
He
though. I
wrestled
give him
tough.
a lot
Another
of
guy
credit.
that,
He
that's
was
a great
very
point, Kat.
tough.
Another guy that wrestled his tail off was Heileman from North Carolina.
Yes.
Wrestled really tough, competed hard, and presented himself well. I was impressed with him. Story with him talking to Anthony Ramos. Heileman last year started 1-8 on the season, was going to quit.
Wow.
It was either at the Southern Scuffle or after the Southern Scuffle. Tony Ramos found him in the back hallway. And Tony said I was a real young coach. I didn't know what to say to him. I didn't have the answers for him. He's in grad school right now, comes back, and he's an All-American.
You know, that's
really
a
cool.
third storyline that's very similar to that of guys who've either, you know, you had Kyle Connell.
Kyle Connell, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he took
Cannell.
He took a year off to kind of regroup and, you know, figure out what he wanted to do. And then you had, who else took a year off? There was somebody else.
Well, Grant Leith, his story's pretty
Yeah,
remarkable.
he's got but there's all these different guys.
Everybody's got a story.
Rodney Perry was saying how he watched it from his couch last year. He's like, I watched it from my couch, or not Rodney Perry, Hidley.
Yep,
From
yep.
NC State. In his presser, he was like, I was watching this from my couch last year, and when I beat
Where
Joey
were you last
LaValle,
year, Kat?
Where was I last year? I don't know where
now
I was.
check this out. I mean, you're
And
on
check
Track
this out,
Wrestling.
yeah. But he said when he won his match against Joey LaValle, and then, you know, he did so well here last year. He said, why not me? So it's all these different guys who their stories are so unique, and they don't, a year ago looking back, they probably didn't think they were going to be here, and now look at where they are. So
You never
I
know.
love stories like
New
that.
circumstances every day, new opportunities. Tomorrow should be great. Tomorrow should be
gonna be great.
electric in here. This place will be going nuts.
And according to Andy, Ohio State's gonna take it.
I didn't say that. You're misquoting me. You are misquoting me. Erroneous.
According to the seedings, if they go the way that they're supposed to
If
go.
they go the way they're supposed to go,
Which they never do.
We saw that this weekend.
So stay tuned for Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun here.
Saturday, it's gonna be a lot of fun. All of your coverage at trackwrestling.com. I'm Cat Kennebeck, Andy Hamilton, and Shane Sparks. I thought you were gonna introduce or sign off by